What is going on, everybody? So I'm going to be giving you guys my spoiler-free review for Shazam. I just got back from seeing it, and I'm sure a lot of you are aware of the premise of the movie, but I'm just going to say it anyway. So basically, we follow a young boy named Billy Batson, and who is selected by an ancient wizard to be given his powers, and when he does say the word Shazam, he becomes a grown, super-powered being. You know, when he says the name Shazam, and then he has to say the name again to turn back into Billy, and vice versa. So basically, that is your origin of this character. So, yeah, going into this movie, I was really excited, and then when they announced that that this movie was definitely going to be made, I was really looking forward to it. And with the casting of Zachary Levi, I was a little apprehensive. I'm like, that's not who I pictured as Shazam. But I'm still going to give it a shot. And then when they start releasing marketings of the movie, that's where I started to really have some confidence. Like, I have a really good feeling about this. And after seeing this movie, I was not disappointed. I mean, like, I went from saying, I don't know if I want him in the role, and then I walked out of that theater saying, yeah, I mean, like, I'm really glad that they chose him to play this character. You know, like playing the Shazam part of the character. And the actor who played Billy Batson, I mean, I think his name is Asher Angel, I believe. Yeah, he did a fantastic job as well. I believe that they are one of the same, one of the same person. Like, they are the same character. And that their dynamic with Freddy, with the actor who plays Freddy, I mean, like, I buy into that. I mean, like, I believe that he's still interacting with that same character, whether if he's Billy or if he's Shazam. And since it's centered around kids, where primarily the main characters are kids, you really buy into that. Like, it's like it's kind of like, it is a bit like Superman and Big, put it in a combination. And from the way they're, like, with their take on the movie. And it kind of also reminds me of Spider-Man Homecoming, like, where it's primarily kids as main characters. And and we have to learn where Billy is a bit arrogant at first, and then this is like a bit of his coming of age story, and he has to learn the responsibility after he gets these powers, and he doesn't really become a hero right away. It takes a while for him to quite get there, and when as he goes from being to where he is in the beginning of the movie to where he is at the end, it's a lot. I mean, they really put a lot of heart and emotion, and I really felt for the character. Like, and then in the majority of the movie, like, where he's trying to look for his mom, and when we get to that part of his story, it's really, really emotional, where it hit me right in the feels. It kicked around my heart. I mean, like, oh my gosh, I mean, my heart was aching when it got to that part of the story. Like, oh man. But and it has a lot of humor in it too, and it's not overly used. I mean, like, every funny scene in the movie I actually bought into. I mean, like, it seemed like the DCU kind of was lacking humor and heart and emotion, and this movie has all of that. I mean, Wonder Woman had that. It had a lot of heart and inspiration and some humor, and Aquaman, had its share of all those elements of that as well. And here they just go all crazy with the humor, because it's basically about a kid who gets these superpowers, and I probably would have made the character Billy, like, maybe, like, at first I thought maybe he should be 13 years old, but he's basically 14 or 15 in this movie, so yeah, I mean, it's acceptable. It's acceptable. And with Dr. Savannah as the villain, I'll say the way he's portrayed, how they handled his character in this movie, it was handled way better than how he was advertised. When he was advertised, I'm like, he seems so mediocre. He seems pretty hokey, and they chose a very damn good actor to play him. So I was afraid, like, oh, this is going to be a waste of a good actor. But saw this movie. I'm like, okay, never mind, never mind. I still would have chosen a different villain. I'm sure, as a lot of you would have, but still, they didn't do. I mean, they didn't do a terrible job with that character. But in the end, I had such a great time with this movie, with little nitpicks here and there, and it does, remind you that of what what universe that it's a part of, which is the DCU, and it had its, ups and downs, but it had, a little bit of its ups, like with Wonder Woman, and then with Aquaman, and then I'd say this with this movie as well. So, if you enjoy the DCU, I'd say this might be up your alley. If you're looking for just a serious, like a full-on serious tone superhero movie where it's just really serious like the other movies are, this isn't your movie. But if you can accept the fact that it's, that you're going to have a good laugh, then hey, then I think you will have a good time with this movie. So with that all being said, I've really had a blast with this movie, and I'm going to have to say it deserves 4 solid and a half chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4 and a half chair spins. Woohoo! And I wish I could have done lightning bolts while I was doing the chair spins. That would have been fantastic. But yeah, there is a mid-credit scene and there is an end-credit scene. So keep on the lookout for those. So yeah, I mean, I had a great time with this. I would definitely go see it again. I would definitely go see it again. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed my review for Shazam, make sure you thumb up this video and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you click that notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, y'all.